Alright, welcome back. This is Game 2 of our BSG series. It's a clan war between Heartland Hitmen and Pandora's Mighty Soldiers. This is a Bronze, Silver, Gold League, and this is a best-of-7 all-kill format. Game 1, Drew Universe was victorious against Heartland Hitmen's Little Skank. In Game 2, we are going to have our defending champion Drew Universe from Pandora's Mighty Soldiers as our green Terran in the top left, facing off against the new challenger, Heartland Hitmen's Primorix, as our red Protoss in the bottom right. So in Game 1, we saw Drew push back some massive aggression from our Zerg friend Skank, build up a ton of Banshees, and those Banshees just went rampant all over the place. We'll see what he has in store against Protoss. Map is Akalon Waste, which is absolutely fantastic for 3-base play. You have very easily defendable natural and third. Once you get these rocks down, you can block this off as well to delay any early pushes. So Protoss love this map. Zerg a little bit trickier just because you do not have much to actually kill off these rocks as Zerg in the early game. And Drew is going to start with a wall off here, but that SCV is going to go down. He will not get there in time. He doesn't pull it away, and the probe runs away. The murdering bastard is gone and out. Lots of SCVs pulled off the line. Lots of missed mining time as well as the lost SCV. Beautiful by Primorix. So Drew off to a bit of a shaky start with that, but not deviating from his game plan. Do have a single gateway coming down and a gas from Primorix, very super standard. Everything looking super standard in general. Do have an early gas instead of an early expand from Drew. Sometimes you'll see the one rack's fast expansion, as well as actually command center first is somewhat doable. Just have to watch out for nasty little probes. SCV now scouting out for Drew. And Primorix looking to see if he is going for a Zealot. And likely, you can see a lot of early pressure with your Zealot in the first Stalker as well as that early Mothership Core. We'll see if he goes for that. We'll need a bit more gas if he wants to pull that off though, because you do need 100 gas and 50 for the Warp Gate if you want that early Mothership Core. So likely going to delay the core a little bit, and instead just go right for that gate. That is exactly what he's doing. Tech Lab coming up for Drew. Very early Tech Lab. He has not actually made... He has made one Marine, and Marine has been made. We have a Tech Lab on the way. Might see some very early Marauders. Perhaps. Alright, this probe is looking to expand. SCV being super obnoxious. Ooh, but could this be a fake out? Chasing off that SCV now. And is chrono boosting that warp gate. This might actually be a bit of a front. No, okay, nope, he is actually expanding. Thought maybe he might have been faking that expand and then following it up with a nasty high gateway push. But he is in fact doing the one gate expand, super standard, super good. Factory coming up for Drew and double gas. There is no expansion in sight for him. As well as concussive shells for these Marauders that are on the way. Actually, you used to see this back in Wings of Liberty. You saw very fast concussive shells and a lot of early Marauders. Very tough for Protoss to deal with if they don't realize it's coming and they don't know quite how to handle it. A little bit easier now, especially with the Mothership Core and the Photon Overcharge, but do not actually see... Oh, excuse me, there is a Mothership Core out already. Your caster is actually blind. Alright, more Marauders on the way, a couple Marines as well. Just getting out whatever he can afford. Widow Mines as well. Ooh, we're going to need to see some detection out of Primorix very soon, but there is a Robo on the way, so he will be safe with an Observer. Command Center up on the way for Drew, but this is a very late Command Center compared to this expansion that's already up and running and being chrono boosted for Primorix. The longer this stays up for Primorix, the farther in the lead he is going to get. These early units with this concussive shell just didn't do any damage or have any real actual impact on the game. When you get that early tech, when you get those early units, you need to do something with them proactively to actually get their worth. Otherwise, you're going to have a later expansion like this as opposed to this very lean and mean one-gate fast expand from Primorix. And the longer this lasts, the farther ahead he will get. This mine will help defense somewhat, but can't really get up into position past these stalkers that are playing defense. And with an observer on the way, he will have the detection necessary to handle any sorts of shenanigans and run-bys. Does have a starport out and a tech lab on the factory. That's curious. Usually don't see any sorts of tanks or Thors against Protoss, unless he's going to be going for some kind of a mech play, but with the bio investment, that is unlikely. Alright, expansion now up and running for Drew. Does have some Widow Mines back here. This is likely to stop any sort of Oracle harass. Oracle's so nasty against Terran. I do like seeing that. But there are no Oracles, in fact, on the way from Primorix. Primorix now getting his forge up. 2 gases, 3 gases, 4 gases. All 4 gases will be up and running shortly. So his tech will be in full swing, getting that attack first rather than the armor. Always debatable whether you want to get that armor or attack as Protoss against Terran. Zealots with +1 armor are so annoying for Marines to kill. And we do see a tank in this. Observer will see that tank. Oh, very nice. Drew does see the little blur of that Observer. Very observant, you might say. Oh, but the Observer does get away, and he will live to observe another day. Only 2 Marines actually could not quite kill that in time. Slippery little Observer gets away. This tank being very defensive, but again, he can't really be defensive. He needs to be doing some sort of damage with that early investment. But at this point, Primorix is just running away with the supply. 83 supply to 38 supply. Just absolutely unstoppable. He is taking these rocks down now. Will be expanding here most likely. And Protoss that have gotten these 3 bases up are just so difficult to get by. You do have some dead space back here to swing back around and drop in. But other than that, it's just a fortress for the Protoss. Alright, he is expanding down here. Do have some medevacs on the way, but how much bio is there really? Not very much. This is his entire bio force. These 2 medevacs will... well, they have quite the job ahead of them. Siege tank now moving up with this Widow Mine. Not sure where this Widow Mine is going. Ah, Widow Mine... nope. We are following this journey of this Widow Mine. Will be coming up and around. He will... oh, I see. Okay, he is going to be taking this watchtower, as well as with this bio. This Observer will see it. Bit of a serendipitously placed Observer. Will he notice the blur this time? He did see it before, which was awesome. Oh, it does not actually see it this time. But again, he's not really producing out of this barracks now. Another expansion coming down, so far behind in supply. At this point, oh, and he's behind in supply, behind in army, and he's behind in expansions with Primorix taking this 3rd base. Primorix doesn't, he's just not attacking. He knows he's ahead in economy, so it is on Drew to actually do some damage now. And we do have Blink, and I believe that is, okay, that is armor +1 in the forge. We'll have Colossi coming out shortly. And there come the Colossi, and do have some Vikings now coming out for Drew. I think those were blind Vikings, but not really a bad decision. Yeah, he has not actually gotten a chance to scout any of this. He is only able to sit at home and play defense, but needs to do some drops, needs to get in there, do some damage. Could get in from the backside. There's no Observer to actually... oh, excuse me, there is an Observer back here, but if you get a drop coming in from all the way down, that will go in blind. Blink is halfway done, though. That will help defending its drops, especially with all these Stalkers, so Stalker heavy. Alright, more gates added on. Colossi on the way. And another on the way as well. Alright, he is going into the Colossi. Doesn't look like there is much else. No Templar archives, I do believe. So we'll be depending on those Colossi to do the damage. A Thor... oh, Thor is here, but Thor is stuck. I think Thor actually cannot get through that little choke point right there. Thor is so strange to see in TVP. Immortals just do so much damage on them. But he will see that there is no 3rd base here, which means that if he plays defensively, he basically just wins the game because he has the vastly superior economy. This base is up but not running. He needs to actually get down there. And this Thor, yeah, that Thor is in fact stuck. The danger of putting an add-on right there, as Terran. If you are going to be going for mech of some sort, you do want to actually leave this open, put a supply depot there instead, and then just move the initial barracks over after you have the chance. We do have one Viking out against 2 Colossi. And another on the way. This is not looking so good. He is chrono boosting out those Colossi as well, so this is going to be so devastating. And with these units, he does scan, he does see the Colossi, and that is going to trigger Primorix to move out. The element of surprise is lost, but it still might be just enough because he needs those Vikings to come out. Not building any more Vikings, needs to build those Vikings. He has a reactor starport, he has the money, he has the supply, he just needs to actually build those Vikings. If he doesn't have the Vikings, those Colossi are just going to be completely unstoppable. This base is now going to go down. There's not much Drew can actually do about it. One tank on the high ground will not stop all those Stalkers. So many Stalkers with Blink just running on forward that Thor will not be able to stop them, and there is the GG. He knows that that is an unwinnable fight. And Primorix, just economy beast mode, will take out Drew Universe, tying up the series 1-1. We'll be back soon with game number 3.